Welcome back to PSL Living. I'm Sarah Prohaska, your host. We're here right now to talk about Woodland Trails Park, which will be a new park in southwestern Port St. Lucie. And I have Brad Keene, our Assistant Parks and Recreation Director, here to tell us all about this new park. Welcome, Brad. Thanks for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're becoming a regular guest on our show.
I am, but I enjoy it, so thank you.
It's good because it shows that we have a lot of stuff happening
going on
in our Parks Department right now.
That's correct.
And one of the very exciting things we have happening is Woodland Trails Park, which will be in southwestern Port St. Lucie, and we are about to break ground on it, correct?
We are in about 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
December 2nd at 10 a.m. We will have a formal groundbreaking for the park, and the public is invited, and it'll be held on site. So the park property is located between Kalmar Avenue and Edinburgh Drive, just about a block north of Becker Road.
Okay.
So it is in the southwest area of the city. This area of the city has long been underserved in terms of parks and recreational facilities.
Right.
So we are very happy to be able to finally announce that the groundbreaking is occurring, and next spring, early summer, we'll formally open the park for the residents, not only of that neighborhood, but also the rest of the city.
Right, and I know the residents in that neighborhood are very excited for this park because it has been in the plan since 2002, correct?
That's correct. It actually appeared in our original 6-year Parks Development Plan that was created in 2002 and went through 2008. So it did appear in that plan. Unfortunately, the economic challenges that the city faced in the middle of the decade certainly had its impact on our ability to bring additional park facilities online. But we are happy that currently it looks like we're able to make this happen, and we're very excited to bring this facility online.
Okay, and so let's talk about what is planned for this park. It is a neighborhood park.
Correct.
So it's not going to be a big regional park.
That's correct.
It's not going to even be a community park. It's really tailored for the neighborhood, correct?
That's correct. Typically, a neighborhood park in the city's nomenclature of its parks and recs facilities are smaller developed facilities. They do not have lighted game facilities, and by that I mean you're not going to go to this park to watch a Little League baseball game or a soccer game or a football game under lights.
Yeah.
The park opens at 8 in the morning and closes at sunset. Obviously, the time of year depends on what actual time the park will close. And typically, we do not man our neighborhood parks. They're unmanned facilities, but they still will provide certain basic recreation components, such as a playground, restrooms. In this instance, the Woodland Trails Park will have a dog park, which is kind of unique. It'll only be the second public dog park in the city. The first one was at Lingate. It's been hugely popular.
Oh, yes. I know people are very excited about the dog park component of this.
So we'll have, like I said, the basics, some recreational amenities, open space play field, the playground. We'll have a fitness station. Similar to what's found on Crosstown and at Jessica Clinton Community Park.
And those are very popular.
Extremely popular.
And they have your regular fitness equipment, but they use your body mass, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of moving parts in terms of weights and free weights and things like that, but they use your body's weight to do the various exercises.
Very popular right now at Jessica Clinton Park. I always see people and it's around the jogging trail, so people will stop and do a few exercises when they're on their walk or their jog.
That's right.
And this park also, the neighborhood is called Woodland Trails.
Recently named Woodland Trails, that's correct.
There is going to be a hiking trail or a wooded trail in this park,
correct?
There's
actually some existing trails through the woods as we speak, as undeveloped property. I'm sure they've occurred over the years with neighborhood kids and people like that walk through the woods. Now, this site is somewhat unique in vegetation in that about 2/3 of the site is heavily impacted with exotic vegetation, Brazilian pepper specifically. And that's going to have to come out, or at least a good portion of that is going to have to come out.
Okay.
So what we'll be left with is the native Florida pine community, and through that there's some existing trails. Now, we're not advertising or promoting that we're developing trails as part of phase one, which is this development. But at some point in the future, it is possible that we could put a trail network through there with a hard surface so that people could circumnavigate the outside of the property and still access the park.
Oh, great. And there is plans for a sidewalk connection to Becker Road, correct?
That is correct.
Yes, so that's important, I'm sure.
Yes, there'll be a sidewalk completely across the front of the property on Kalmar, and then it will cross Kalmar and through some city-owned properties, I think there are 3 or 4 lots, it will connect to the sidewalk that runs along Becker Road. So there is direct connectivity.
Okay, great. And I know we want to thank the council for moving forward with this, especially Vice Mayor Shannon Martin has been very instrumental in working with you guys to get this park that community.
She has pushed this and really, her vision to make this a go really helped. This is somewhat of a unique project for us because we're approaching the development of this park as a design build project. It's a little bit different than the traditional design bid build.
Okay.
And what this does, it allows us, we have hired the contractor already to build this park, but he's also going to do the design through a subconsultant. And these are local firms, and this allows us to streamline the process. And it also allows us to be somewhat creative in terms of if we achieve savings in one particular element of the project. In other words, if we don't need to bring as much fill onto the property as we originally thought in design, that savings can now be taken and applied toward other areas of the park.
That's
so
great.
It might be we could get another amenity of some sort. So that hasn't been worked out completely. It's still a very fluid project, but it does allow us that opportunity. So we're excited about that.
That's great. And it gives you a little bit more flexibility, I assume, with the budget.
Absolutely.
And speaking of budget, one of the best things about this park is how it's being funded. Now, this park is not being funded with general fund money or out of your park's budget. This is all being paid for with recycling revenue,
That is correct. The recycling proceeds that come back to the city. So every time someone has deposited their empty milk jug or their pizza box or just their loose leaf papers into the recycle bins, those products going into the recycling process has come back to allow us to have the money to build this park. So it's a wonderful program.
It really is.
A very, very unique opportunity for us to get this project, bring it online, and as you said, without attacking the ad valorem general fund or the parks budget that is very limited.
Exactly. So that is awesome. So we want to encourage residents, the more you recycle, the more of these sorts of things we can do. Recycling money is paying for lots of things in the community, our utility box wraps, decorative street signs. Woodland Trails is going to get, the community will get some neighborhood signs through recycling funds. So we've got to keep filling up those bins.
It really is. If you stop and think about it, because of the conscientious efforts of the public to make an effort to recycle, the benefits come back right into your own community.
They do.
And how nice is it? Not only are you recycling for recycling's sake, but the end product of a new park being environmentally friendly is also a huge plus.
It really is.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Definitely. All right, Brad. Well, thank you for coming on today again, for coming on to our show. And
anytime.
Thanks a lot. And we will see you December 2nd at the groundbreaking then.
We will be out there December 2nd, 10 a.m. in the morning on site.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after these messages.